into a rose.
We used to cut radishes like that.
Ah, right, over there.
Beautiful. When, it was the thing when you were making a salad years ago to cut your radish so that it looked like a flower,
That's right.
I couldn't be bothered anymore.
Catherine, I have a question of you. How is your book going?
My book, oh yes, going slowly.
Yes.
Slowly, yes. I've got up to in the 1980s now.
Right. I had a look at that site that you suggested, and there are so many questions, just so many areas that you could interview someone or just write about it yourself.
But that's the idea, that you actually fill those questions in for your family.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Hi, Bill.
Yeah, that's the idea, that you answer those questions.
Yes.
And then your family have a record of your history.
That'd be good. I'd like to try that.
Oh, well, I'll send the site to you as well.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd like to see that, because my sister wrote a book when she was in her 90s, I think Edna was.
She did several, different.
But the history one. That
she
wrote.
Yeah.
And her daughter helped to do that by interviewing her and asking her questions, and she and they helped her get it publish it just for the family. And but then of course it stopped. It stopped at a certain date, and I think because then she carried on with her family, and I think I should do the rest of it from my side.
Yeah, well, these are 98 questions, and they're questions about your family, history, the history of your family, and you. You answer them as best you can. You don't have to answer them all. And then your family then has a record of your history right from birth.
Yeah. Well, last year, I don't know if I told you this, but last year we went to see a friend at the nursing home in Lilydale, a lady that we've known for years, and they had a young people come into the nursing home, and actually, they were obviously people who were used to writing this sort of thing, and they interviewed the residents, and of course they got photos as well, things that the residents had, the old photos, and produced the most beautiful book for them. And the time when she had the launch was just when we started in the COVID pandemic. And but she was allowed, at that stage, she was still allowed to come out and go to her daughter's house. And we actually went, and they invited us to go because we were named in the book. And we went there, and they had the launch of this, the launch of this most beautiful book that they produced. And I thought it was a wonderful idea for people who are in nursing homes, because, a lot of them wouldn't have family who could, help them or talk to them. And they produced these lovely books for them, which was lovely.
These 98 questions are very, very good. It starts off with, what day were you born? And I wrote, on the 20th of May, 1942, I remember the day well.
George, I can't believe you're younger than me.
I would have to say in the newsletter, the story of Michael Troy, that was very interesting, and
it was very good.
Those stories are really great to hear, aren't they?
I've got to sit down and do mine, but it just brought back a few memories.
Well, now we've all got time to do all those sort of things.
Well, that's right. We might as well, mightn't we?
David's crying out for stuff. I was going to send him mine, but or whoever wants to send it in, he'll print it. So he's really after stuff from everybody.
Okay. Yeah. I've already sent mine to Dave because he asked me, so.
I'll go get and do mine.
His newsletter is fantastic.
Hi, Susan.
Fantastic job.
Hello there, Marion. Our book club has started one where they're saying, what were you doing on the day that the Queen visited in 1950? What were you doing the day the Beatles came to Melbourne and things like that?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That'd be a good one to do. Yeah.
I can remember that at Croydon when the Royal train came through to go up to Warburton, and the train had this particular engine on it, B60, and it was named after, it was called Harold W. Clapp, who was, I think, the fella in charge of the railways at the time. And so I saw that go through, and then there was all these people here at Croydon who were watching it happen. Then a few weeks later, or a few days later, when they came back to go back to Melbourne, we lived in Bayswater Road, Croydon. So I walked up to the railway line because we'd heard that the train was about to come through. So the train goes through, and here's Prince Philip and the Queen out on the back of the, and I got away from them. It was just one of those things that happened.
How old were you then?
Oh, probably about
what year was it?
1954 they came out, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, I was probably about 14, 16. I think. 14.
And all the girls were looking at her pretty yellow dress, and all the boys were looking at the car.
That's right.
But this was on a train.
Yeah.
Who else is here? Hello, everybody. Minister.
Hi, Stuart. Hi, Pauline.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Move your camera a bit, Stuart.
We can see you.
See you.
Hi. Oh, difficulty getting on.
Hi.
Yeah, is George there?
Yeah, he's in the kitchen.
Why is he in the kitchen?
He's doing the chicken.
He's going to show us how to cut up a chicken. He said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi there.
David. Hello.
Hello.
How are we all?
Good.
Yeah, we're good. Hello, Rhonda.
Hi.
Hi.
See where you were. Move on, move on.
No, you sit there. You.
Oh, Catherine looks lovely.
Yes, isn't she in a beautiful spot?
She did a little bit ahead of herself on Sunday, didn't she?
5 kilometres.
5 kilometres, yes.
So
You look very relaxed there, David.
I'm feeling very relaxed, thanks, Jim. Very relaxed indeed. Yeah.
Have you had your power off? Did you lose your power last night?
No, it flickered.
No?
It just flickered. But
Just
we lost it. We lost it from
Massive gum tree in our back garden.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, 60 foot long, 60 foot. It was a 60-foot high gum tree that's just all spread over all our fruit trees.
Everything. We got the grapefruit just in time.
Sorry.
Just as well it didn't reach the house. It didn't damage anything.
It didn't reach the house. It's sort of 3/4 of the way up our yard. As we've both said, if it had fallen the other way, it would have taken out a 2-story neighbour's house plus all the fences. So at least there was no structural damage to anybody other than our garden.
Really?
That was lucky, wasn't
it?
Yeah.
It's a real mess out there. We've had a guy come in to have a look at it, and $2,700 later to get rid of it.
Oh yeah.
A massive job.
Yeah.
But and I
have to feel sorry for the family of that little boy that was, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So in that regard, you know,
Yeah.
we're lucky we've got a big backyard. Stuart and Pauline know how big our backyard is. So there's plenty of room for it to have fallen. As I say, it's 3/4 of the way up the backyard. It's that big. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it's a shame because I love all our fruit trees and they're all coming into blossom. And
Yeah.
but I don't think we'll be able to. Well, there's probably a couple that we could salvage, but the majority of them will be all the nectarines, the apricot, the cherry. They've probably all gone. So
yeah, that's not good. That's really bad. But at least nobody's been hurt or anything like that.
Far more important.
Yeah. I went at our old place at Coldstream out the front. We had this really big gum tree, and I had approached the council about trying to get the top taken out, get it brought down a bit. Because all the stuff on the inside, they cleaned it up for the power line, so it was leaning out on the road. Somewhere along the way, that tree's going to go.
Yes.
And, yeah, you know, but they're not interested in bringing it back down to a level, you know. But however,
Bill,
that's out of our worry now. And
Bill, you were trying to say something?
Yep.
2,700, you could buy an awful lot of chainsaws for that.
But then you've got to get rid of all that timber and all the leaf litter and.
Well, the leaf litter's a problem, but the timber, just put it out in your front lawn with a sign, free wood.
Yes, I know. We'll certainly do that. Yeah, because my brother's got an open fire, so he's happy to come round and get some too. So
Well, they were saying that since the lockdown, firewood has become very, very expensive for people.
Well, maybe
so I'm sure if you put it out, there'll be somebody who'll like to take it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have plenty.
Hi, Meredith. Hi.
Hi, Meredith.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Who's there?
Meredith and Keith are there.
Yep.
We're just talking about whether people lost their power last night.
Just a flicker.
Her apologies because her power is out till 11 o'clock tonight. And
Oh, wow.
Who's that?
I'm recording this meeting because she wanted to see whether a recording of it, and also other members have expressed that. So this meeting is being recorded, if you don't mind, that is.
That's
And,
fine.
No, we don't mind.
Who was it, George?
Geraldine.
Geraldine.
All right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, well, we lost ours at 6 o'clock, but it came back at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah.
And so we had all our torches and things last night, and then I couldn't use the oven because it's electric. So I put bacon and eggs on the stove.
Good.
I cooked just bacon and eggs, and I said to Jim, I feel like I'm back camping again.
Are you guys boiling water?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we got that email. Yeah.
Susan, you were going to say?
Gas is off.
Susan?
I didn't get an email.
We got a text.
We would have got something because we got an email and Joy happened to be on the computer and she saw it to say, you know, that they're worried about the water at the moment. So we've got a kettle on the stove with lots, you know, plenty of water.
Yeah. And remember to boil it for quite a good time.
Yes.
Like with their normal electric jugs, I mean, it comes to the boil and then it cuts off. So it needs to be longer.
We've got a kettle on our stove.
Yep.
Hi, Marion and Doug.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Press it.
Hi there. Hello.
Hi, Doug.
Marion, Doug.
You need to come over a bit.
There's a bird on the wall behind you.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
That's better.
Now we're right.
Stop video.
Switch.
I forgot we
You
were
stand
supposed
down.
to.
It
Stuart,
looks like your foot there,
I'll
Stuart.
show you them
No.
later in a minute.
I'm trying to get everybody up on the screen, and we just managed it. We can see 9.
yeah.
That's right. All you-
We can
Yeah,
see
you
nothing
have to
too.
go on
Yeah.
share screen or something.
Yeah.
Greater, because you see your
Yeah, if you're using your computer, you'll get more people on it.
Mm.
Sorry, say that again, David.
If you use your computer, you'll see more people. On an iPad,
I had trouble.
design.
Yeah,
Then you just-
iPads are a bit harder.
Yeah, just swipe.
The link that George sent on my computer didn't, or should I say, the email that he sent yesterday didn't have the link attached to it. It only came through on my iPad, not on my laptop.
Well, we've got a laptop, we got it, but we actually got it sent to Joy's email because Big Pond's are having problems again. So Joy's on Hotmail, so George sent it to Joy's email instead, and it's working perfectly. So.
Whatever email you send me, if you want to change it, I can change that and send it to any other email you want.
Well, Stuart, you could just forward that email from your iPad to your
Yeah, but
computer.
you left it too late.
Absolutely. What you've got
No,
to
you could do it now.
pick up the email address and put it into your browser, and it comes up anyway.
Right. Yeah. So anyway,
Oh, we're getting so smart these days, aren't we?
Push too many buttons. And last night I had my split system on and I'd forgotten where the button was to do it manually because when the power went off, I couldn't remote. Oh. All these rules and regulations to remember.
I don't know if you can make it any louder.
No.
I don't know, there's probably something.
No, it doesn't matter.
So who wants to stop?
Yes, if you go into your microphone, you can turn it up, Marion, if you...
That's if I could see where the microphone was, but we won't worry. I'll just translate.
It's got, I'm trying to see what the icon looks like. It looks like a sort of saucer on its side with little...
No, I haven't got that. Not on this. I've got
are you on an iPad? Yeah.
an iPad.
Yeah, yeah, they are different, yeah.
Yeah, if you go to settings and sound, you can probably adjust everything there.
Sorry, David?
Watson. Hello, John.
Hi.
Oh.
We can see half of John.
Yeah.
What's happened to the rest of your screen, John? We've only got half of it.
There he is.
Whoops.
Oops.
That was clever. You just did a somersault.
Right, John.
He's not listening.
No.
Hey, Brown.
Screen. Oh, it's just on.
Hi, John.
Hi, folks.
Hi.
Hi, John.
He's on an iPad too. Yeah.
John,
How many people can everyone see? Because I've only got 4.
I've got
Oh, yeah, no, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
7.5 actually.
You should have 11 screens in front
I've
of
got
you.
11. Yeah.
Oh, I've only got 4.
You
But
can.
But I've
Is
got a
there an
list of
arrow or something? Because if you slide it, are you on an iPad or a computer?
the computer.
Yeah, well, there should be an arrow that you can.
The top right-hand
These are
corner.
all still on the one
Yep,
screen
yes.
at the moment.
On the
Got it.
These are all on one. Yeah.
On
George?
the top right-hand corner, you should see a little thing which says half screen or full screen.
Oh,
You click
where
on
was
that.
No.
Whoops. You'll
Okay.
have to go in.
Excuse me, I'll be back in a minute.
Gallery view.
Probably Joy's meditation.
Oh,
Who's that?
enter full screen.
Sorry, I'll try and turn that.
Where's the mute? Ah. Ah.
Who's making all that racket?
On Jim.
The green one was
Right.
Share screen. Participants.
Your hands are lovely and clean, Stuart.
I know.
Have you got shoes on? Look like his feet.
Is that Peter Mud?
Well, it is, but I can still only get 4. Instead of going up the top through across the top, they're now down the side.
Oh, I can see all of you now. I press gallery view.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay, maybe that's it.
Gallery or full screen?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
better.
I push full screen.
Try gallery.
Who is it?
Right, okay, gallery it is. Okay. Aha, brilliant. Absolutely, great. Thank
Brought
you.
you all down to size.
Joy, Jim we just got a delivery. That's why the dog was barking. But it's something for Father's Day. He's not allowed to open it yet. I think that must be a card from our 2 youngest great granddaughters.
So who's got a story about birds?
Ta-da!
Start. Okay.
You want this one?
Yep.
Yeah, Brolga's over Lake Coogee.
Oh, wow, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Did you have any photos of birds?
Oh, no, I haven't got any here, unfortunately. Hang on, I'll go.
Where was that?
I'll be back in a minute. Give me a minute.
Brown hawk photo.
I know where yours are in that one of those containers.
Behind me are peacock feathers,
Yeah.
which came from a farm that we used to go to in Juniton, out of Bendigo, and the people had peacocks. They can be very noisy.
Yeah.
They're very cold peacocks now, are they?
Very cold.
Minus their tails.
Cheers, Keith.
Oh, cheers.
I've got a picture here that was painted by one of the ladies who was a guide at the sanctuary.
Lovely, isn't it?
And it's Gabrielle, the wedge-tail eagle that used to fly up there in their flight program. She's moved now. She's gone. Where's she gone now?
She's gone to Taronga. That was the last I heard.
The last we heard, she'd gone to Taronga Zoo, but she was for many, many years at Hillsville Sanctuary.
Yeah.
And there's this lady, what was her name?
Denise Smith.
Denise Smith. She lived at Hillsville and she did a lot of these paintings, and we bought this one when we went to one of her displays.
Lovely, isn't it?
So that's Gabrielle.
Could I just say a little story about Gabrielle? She was, we had a chap who was, at the time when we had her, he could do anything with her, and he talked to her as if like you were talking to your pet dog. And whatever he said to her, she'd do. And she was a beautiful bird. But it was just one of those people that birds that I met at the sanctuary. There was quite a few others, and they all had their own characters.
Lovely.
Anyway, sorry I haven't got any, but Brenda is, that was the one I was going to grab.
Jim, you had a photo of a brown hawk, or?
Sorry?
You took of the brown falcon.
Probably somewhere I'd have to have a look for it.
All right.
Yeah, he hasn't printed it, and he hasn't.
Because I haven't been able to get out and. I like to do my own printing, but I haven't been able to get down to do it. But it's on the camera, and as soon as I can get where I'm allowed to go down to either Churnside or Lilydale Marketplace, I'll do it. But I will have it. It's on a camera. It's there, and yes.
You were pretty excited.
Who else has got a bird to talk about?
And Brenda's coming up with something.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, penguin.
King penguins, are they?
When we did our cruise down South America, we went down to the Falkland Islands.
Yeah.
And they're king penguins down at the Falkland Islands.
Oh, wow, that's
Lovely.
terrific.
I
Yeah.
unfortunately haven't got.
There he is. Where's
I haven't got anything on Antarctic wildlife, unfortunately. I wish I did. I have quite a few books of other different areas, but yeah, I mean there's chinstrap penguin. There's the yeah. Sorry, I couldn't tell you a lot about money. I've sort of concentrated sort of on Australian, and I do have a bit of an idea of birds overseas, but yeah, sorry.
How about you, Rhonda?
These are,
That's lovely.
That's lovely, Dad.
Is that your garden?
yes, it is. Yes, these two beautiful king parrots came and yeah, I put some rolled oats out for them. Yeah,
That looks lovely.
yeah, it was lovely. About a month ago they came, so yeah.
John, I can only see half of you. John,
I'm trying to get a screen that I can see.
Oh, okay. I'll be patient.
Oh, look, Marion.
Marion's on.
Oh,
Marion,
that's lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Black eyes.
Marion.
My daughter,
That's
our
gorgeous.
daughter-in-law gave
Beautiful,
me
eh?
that for Christmas.
That's
Beautiful.
beautiful.
They're singing a
They
lot.
have the most
And I've also
gorgeous
this one.
turtle.
Oh,
A
oh, that's, yeah.
young one.
We decided not to bring a live one into the house.
They had to come in sometimes, didn't they?
Yes, my sister and her husband used to feed them at the back door in Croydon, and if they didn't come, you know, and of course they get very cheeky after a while, and they come up and, you know, tap on the door and expect to get fed.
Yeah.
And if you open the door, they'd walk in.
Yeah.
We were talking to our son today. We did a FaceTime session with him and showed him the tree because he won't be able to see it before it's all cut up. And when we'd finished talking, he said, "Oh, our magpie's back. It's at the back door and he wants some feed." So, yeah.
I've just got something here.
One of his
Oh, yeah.
favourite birds.
This is Major Mitchell cockatoo. I'd seen it at the sanctuary, but a few years ago, Brenda and I were visiting our niece and nephew up at Walpyup, and in the morning we were due to leave, there was a flock of them flew through. And the most wonderful bird that you could ever want to see.
They're very pretty.
What
Yeah.
did
This
you
was
want?
painted by a gentleman
What
by
did
the
you
name
want?
of Bill Cooper.
White-tailed, was it?
How about you, Anne? What have you got?
Talking to me? You talking to me, George?
Hi, what have you got?
Oh, we had the penguins.
Oh, you had the penguins. I beg your pardon. Yes. Anybody else?
No, we haven't.
No.
No, we haven't.
We have a plover who comes and visits us on the grass. But when Keith went to take a photo of him this morning, somebody came to tell him about Yarra water and the bird flew away. So, sorry.
I've got one.
Okay. No, I'll just say that you rang in and apologise. No problem. Okay, bye.
You can't see it. Mine's the. Can you see that? How do I do that?
No.
Down a bit.
Down.
How do I show that?
They're in the wrong spot.
It's the magpie at the window, pecking on the window.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So, and he comes to the door.
They're making a lot of noise. at the moment.
He comes to the door and pecks and cries out to me until I go and answer the door and feed him.
Yeah. So what are you feeding, Catherine?
Oh, we just feed him mince you know, leftover bits of meat,
Yeah.
and raw mince.
Yes.
No bread, just
No, just meat. Yeah.
And he brings all his little pals to the door, and then they.
What's fantastic?
I know when they're on to a good
What's
thing.
very, very good is that when you have a group of Maggies who befriend you, they will keep all the Indians away. We don't get any miners in the garden now, because the moment they come anywhere near, they swoop them out.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why we're
Yeah.
There was an article in one of the Australian Geographics a couple of issues back, and some chap in there called the common miner, or the Indian miner, you know what I mean, toads, the cane toads of the birdland.
Oh, yes.
Sorry about that. I couldn't get.
I think it's called age, Jim, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
We have a lot of the noisy miners.
They'll keep the Indian miners away.
Oh, well, we certainly haven't got Indian miners. We used to have Indian miners, but they've gone. But we've got the noisy miners, and they gather. You know, if there's a blackbird on the fence, the noisy miners just squeak and squawk and make such a hell of a racket that, and they sort of gang up. You know, there might be 8 or 10 of these noisy miners trying to shoo the blackbird away. They're horrible.
And they'll go for birds and.
Well, you see, the noisy miners are Australian birds.
Yeah.
I know.
The Australian birds are noisy miners are the natives.
Yes,
whereas the blackbirds and the Indian miners are not natives. So.
Yeah, I know. But I like the
I
blackbird.
didn't know that.
The noisy miners still chase away the wattle birds.
Oh yeah, but I've seen a wattle bird kill a blackbird. We used to, at Coldstream we had the red wattle birds, the big ones.
Yes.
And one day I was out in the garden, and the wattle, when they used to nest in our place there at Coldstream, and a blackbird came along, and this wattle bird dived on it and killed it.
Oh dear. Yeah.
So birds are not, they're not all, they might be very attractive, but they're not all angels by any means.
Yes.
They're all very territorial.
Darwin said the survival of the fittest.
It is.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
George is going to pick it up now with his chicken.
Oh, he's going to show us how to cut up a chicken.
Right, okay. I'm looking forward to this.
Picking a chicken with you.
That's his flower decoration, carved out of a turnip.
Oh, it is.
A white turnip, and he's made a rose out of it, and then coloured it with food colouring.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The leaves are parsley, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was garden, Catherine.
Pardon?
I thought it was out of your garden. I thought it was one of
No roses in the garden.
Beautiful.
I was saying how we used to make flowers out of the radishes years ago. Did you ever do that? And that was before I left England even, so that was before 1959, when we had parties and you had a salad, you had to make your radishes into little roses. You cut them and then put them in water so they open up.
Have that in water since yesterday. Yeah, so just.
Can you hear me, folks?
Yes.
Yes.
I can hear you.
George?
Well, I might start. I'm just going to close the door, otherwise I'll get feedback from the other computer.
I want to see you up big, and everyone's little now.
Administrator, he is.
You know, last week we talked about flowers,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? What flower is this?
Your wife just told us.
white turnip.
Who said that?
I told them.
It's two. I carved it yesterday.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Looks like a
Very
camellia.
clever.
And a bit of greenery behind it gives it reality.
Absolutely.
Looks like
Yeah.
parsley.
Okay,
George,
now we're going to do something that's,
I was gonna-
you know, I look at rallies and people that I see cutting a chicken up, and it's amazing how they kill something that's already dead. And it's such an easy thing to do, and you can actually save a lot of money because you will get more flesh if you follow a certain procedure in a certain sequence. And that's the whole idea. The first thing you do need to do is to wash your hands very well, because you're going to be handling the chicken, obviously, with your hands. So just to make sure our hands are clean. All right. And we take a chicken.
Now, do we,
Now,
George?
notice how I handle the chicken. If you take a chicken from Coles or Woolworths or wherever, they're fairly warm and you find it difficult to pick them up without breaking. Or if you roast a chicken, it's difficult without breaking. You take a good fork, or even a normal dinner fork will do it. You don't have to be a roasting fork. A roasting fork is better. But you put the fork, can you see where I'm putting the fork inside there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? That's where you put your fork in. Now I can turn that around in every direction you like, and it will not fall off.
Yeah.
Or fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now you try and do that any other part of that chicken, it'll break.
Mm.
So that's the first thing to do. If you want to handle your chicken, put your fork in the back of the backbone there, through, and then you've got complete control. Even if it's red hot, you come straight out of a pan, you put that in there, and it'll hold easily. Okay. Now, you need a sharp knife. As long as, it doesn't matter what kind of knife. I've just got a normal filleting knife here, and I've already got a small office knife. I could use either, as long as it's sharp. Now, the first thing to do is to cut between the leg. Can you see where I'm going to cut?
Yeah.
Right? Cut down till you hit a bone.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take the leg and you peel it off.
That's what I do.
There's your first leg.
I always
You
cut
take
it.
the second leg and do exactly the same. And you peel it off. Notice in every case, I peel away from me.
Mm.
Okay, does that get the idea?
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll put that aside for now. The same thing applies to the breast. You take the breast and you cut at the top of the breastbone, right the way down till you feel the bone. And then you take the breast, put your finger in there, and you peel that off.
Yeah.
And look at the bone.
Yeah, look at it.
Nothing's left on it.
Yeah.
You then take the knife and you cut the other side of the breastbone.
Oh.
And you peel that off.
Away from.
Got to go through a bit more. So now we've got nothing but the outer carcass.
Yeah.
Put it aside for now. Now, in the back, there's a thing called the oyster, which is just here. Beautiful bit of meat. Don't forget to take that out. All right. Remove your stuffing. Notice I kept the stuffing in there because that adds body that I can handle. And your stuffing will come out quite easily then. So now we have nothing but carcass. No wastage whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right? Put that away. Put that away. Wash my hands again. Dry them off. Now you take the leg. Remember we peeled the leg off.
Yeah.
On every chicken, there is a very fine line between the thigh and the top of the leg.
Yeah.
If you follow that line, if you cut right on top of that line, you'll cut straight through without having to hit the bone.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Take that, twist it. Keep on, unlike you're unscrewing a cork, and out will come the bone, completely clean.
Wow. I've never tried that.
All right? I'll put that aside.
That is clever.
With this, you unpeel the back, taking the bone out, and taking the other bone out. Again, by literally twisting it. Completely clean. We'll trim that up a little bit.
That's the thigh, I think. Yeah.
Put that aside. Do the same thing with the other leg. There's the line there. Can you see the line there?
Yeah.
Right? Straight through that line, it goes straight through. Doesn't hit the bone.
Yeah.
Take that away, grab it and twist it like you're unscrewing a cork and bring that out. Completely clean. Spin that up, take the glasses nose off. Remove the backbone. Again, twist it out. And now you're ready for service. We have nothing left on here.
I don't know. I didn't see.
But pure. Where's my other carcass gone? Oh, there we are. Nothing left but pure carcass. Nothing really. All right. No wastage. Now, to serve, I get 2 plates ready. You take your leg. The other leg is gone somewhere. Oh, there it is.
He's lost a leg.
The dog's got it.
The rest,
For the magpie.
you can just trim off the back and trim off the side. There's a little bone there which you just again take out. And that is completely free of bone. That's completely free of bone, wasted nothing.
Yeah.
Same thing with the other side.
We can't see you doing that, George.
Oh, sorry. Point taken. I'm just taking the breast and just trimming off the side there.
Yeah.
And of course, if you want to, you at that stage, you can remove the skin.
Yeah.
So you've got nothing but pure chicken. As you know, that's the nasty bit of a chicken. That's got all the fat. That's the good part of a chicken.
Yeah.
So there you are, is your totally free boned chicken.
Beautiful.
And then of course you put your seasoning on there. You can take the skin off.
Yeah.
You've got your stuffing here, which you can serve cut up however you want to. And then serve that with whatever you want to, fish with chips or with whatever you want.
Yeah.
There we are.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
George, George, what happened to the wings? I never saw you.
There really are very little on it.
Where were the wings when you cut it?
I broke them off. Sorry, I broke them off at the side when I took the breast off.
Yeah.
With the breast, right?
Yeah, when I took the breast off, I broke the wings away.
Right. Okay.
Right.
And
So
you don't use them at all.
Remember, basically, to cut down to a bone and peeling away from the chicken.
Yeah.
Right? And that should take that'll take that completely out. Can you see? Not a steric bone.
Yeah.
Come right off the carcass.
We peeled them off, we chucked them.
Yeah.
Just the thin bit.
Okay, that's my end. Back to the conversation.
George, I'm going to go and check my meal.
Yeah, I'll have to try that.
Great.
Very
Thank you,
good.
George.
Thank
Now, the
you.
tricky part
Have
is
to
putting
I'll
excuse
try
me,
that
folks.
next time I've got a chicken.
I'll see you next time, hopefully.
Good on you, George.
Bye all.
Bye, John.
Yeah.
Oh, did John just go, did he?
Yeah.
I think he's on his way out.
Everyone's getting hungry now. We've seen the chicken.
I know. I shouldn't have bought that, Margaret. I shouldn't have bought that roast beef yesterday.
Oh.
So, George, do you boil up the carcass for soup or broth?
I can't hear you now. Yeah, you can do. Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's what I always do if I've got a whole chicken. I use the carcass for making broth.
Yeah.
Or stock. You can use it for stock if you want.
Chicken stock, yeah.
So much flavour in the bones.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you do have to be very careful with chicken bones, because I know a friend of ours who lost a daughter because she choked on a chicken bone.
Wow.
Which was very sad.
Yeah.
She was an adult, she wasn't a child.
Goodness, gee.
I remember the
So
Queen
you've got to be
Mum.
very careful that if you make your chicken broth,
Oh,
that
yeah.
you do make sure there's no bones left in there, because it's very easy done.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Queen Mum swallowed a fish bone at one stage.
That's right.
And I think that she had to eat a lot of bread, which took the bone down.
Yeah, they used to say that if you swallowed fish bones, But unfortunately, a chicken bone's a bit harder.
Chicken.
Are we all invited for dinner, George?
I'm going to do chips in the air fryer. We've got an air fryer.
I was just going to ask about the chips. Does George make his own chips?
No, we've got frozen chips and we put them in the air fryer.
Yes, I've got a niece that does that.
They cook in 25 minutes and they're beautiful.
Well, I used to buy frozen chips, but I've bought a new fridge and my freezer's not as big as the freezer I had before. So I can't buy a big packet of frozen chips anymore. So I started making my own chips.
Yeah.
And Joy prefers those. She said, "Mum, don't buy chips anymore. I like yours better." And of course I don't cook them in a lot of fat or anything. Because Joy's got to watch her weight, so have we all. And so I just cut them like chips, and I put baking paper in the bottom of the dish.
Yeah.
And just spray, just a little bit of spray oil, and they cook beautifully.
Oh, that's a good thing.
And they're nice, and as I say, we've decided we like them better than the ones you buy now.
A fresh chip like that is always better, but the thing is that it hasn't got the convenience that the frozen.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I realise that. But since we've got nothing better to do, I can spend more time doing things like that than I used to.
So how long do they take in the oven, Brenda?
Depends how small you cut them, I guess, but half an hour at the most.
Oh, yeah.
35 minutes, actually. Yeah.
And what I do sometimes
35 minutes.
Sorry, because you can just have the top of the oven on, I put it near the top of the oven, let them cook, and then for the last 5-10 minutes, I turn the bottom off and just let the top crisp them up a bit.
Yeah, lovely.
It's 180 at 35 minutes.
180.
180, 35.
Right.
It's 35 minutes.
About what I
It'll
would
give
do.
you a beautifully crisp chip. No oil. No oil. Just
No, I don't use a lot of oil. No.
just spray it.
Just
yeah.
Do you use any particular type of potato, George?
No. As long as you've got a good potato that'll crisp up. I don't think that there's a much difference between potatoes. With frying, there is with mashed potatoes, but not with frying.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mostly we use the, if I can get them, is use the pink potato, the red skin potatoes or the pink potatoes, because a dietitian told Joy they were better for her than the white ones. Don't ask me why, I can't remember.
Not as much starch. Not as much
starch. So, could be that. But so I try to buy the pink potatoes if I can get them.
Yeah.
But as George said, I don't think it makes a lot of difference. The white ones seem to cook.
Well, the pink potatoes have probably got the same ingredient in it as red wine. So it's good for you.
Has it really?
I don't know.
Yes, Keith.
Wow! I'm going to have a glass of potatoes tonight.
Glass of potatoes.
Yeah,
well,
good.
didn't they make, spirits out of potatoes, during the war, or the Irish people, that's how they used to make their alcohol, wasn't it, with potatoes?
Yeah, poutine they made.
Sorry, Marion?
Poutine, the Irish wine.
Yeah.
How are you, Meredith? How are you?
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Well, you're looking wonderful tonight.
I must all be happy when this lockdown is over and a little bit more freedom to do a few things, but we'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
I spoke to Betty Izzard yesterday, and she had a really lovely day.
Oh, for a birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's right. She was 90, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And Dorothy Holtz too, and she had a good day, as much as you can.
Yeah. Dorothy was 92, was she?
No. No, she's not. I think she was 33. I think her year was.
All right.
Good old Dorothy.
No. So that's
a question to ask. Does anybody know how John and Chris Hoyles are going?
Yeah, they're all
No. Why? Are they ill?
No, we just wondered.
We just wondered. I'll have to do a bit of a follow up.
Give them a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they used to be on this session.
Yeah.
When George first started.
Spoils are all right.
Yeah. Well, we had the Probus committee meeting and Chris does the minutes, and she was there. And John was there also.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and you see, Ted's usually with us.
Yes.
Yeah. Geraldine and Ted both send their apologies tonight. Both have said they can't get on for other reasons, and say hi to everybody.
Lovely.
Good.
The White Horse Centre at Nunawading, they've got a concert on tonight because they're closing down and it's going to be refurbished or whatever they're going to do.
Right.
Marina Pryor is
wow.
the soloist. And if I could remember who the chap was, I'd tell you. Lovely looking young man. And it'll just be a concert and you can just go into White Horse Centre and find it there.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. That's outside our 5 kilometres.
I know, that's a problem, that 5 kilometres.
You might get fined.
Are they live streaming it?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
What's the address, Marion?
Pardon?
Do you know what the address is for live streaming?
Oh, yeah. If I go to my computer, I can, I'll send it to you.
Please. Love to watch it.
See who.
What time did you say it was, Marion?
I didn't, because I forgot.
Sorry.
It's 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
No, that would be good to see.
Yeah. Has anybody been looking at the Phillip Island Penguin Parade?
Yes, Elizabeth, over in the UK.
Yes.
Oh, isn't that great?
With a granddaughter.
they do a live stream, and you can see them coming up about 6 o'clock each evening. It's lovely.
Oh, at 6 o'clock you can see the penguins.
Yeah.
Island.
Yeah,
She said it's not the
Nature Park.
You need to come over.
Did anyone say, I think at yesterday's age, there was we had the penguins coming in, but you got the penguin, the cartoon was the penguins are coming up, and there's one penguin waiting for them, and they've got to have a face mask.
I'll go and see if I can do it.
Sorry, Pauline.
I said, Elizabeth said it's not the same as going.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Well, if you go today, these days, it's a lot different to when I first came to Australia and used to go to Phillip Island and sit on the beach.
That's right.
And watch them come in and they'd walk past you and but I mean, I think it's fantastic the way they've got it these days, and they're much more protected, I guess, but you know, it's a bit different to just going down and sitting on the beach with your picnic and watching them come in.
If just in relation to the Whitehorse Centre, it's on tonight at 8 o'clock with Marina Pryor and Kane Alexander. It's free. You can do it via Google, or you can go in via their Facebook page or on YouTube.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
It's a farewell concert.
That tonight.
Yeah, we'll have a
Lovely.
It'll be worth doing.
Kane Alexander, Marion.
And it'll be available to watch through until midnight on Sunday.
Oh, right.
Wow.
Oh,
So
lovely.
So it's on demand up until then.
What? Good.
It's great how live streaming is being made available a bit afterwards, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Spreading it out so that more people can get to see it.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, it's particularly good if they do all of these things free.
Yes.
May I ask that everybody who knows a Probus member, if you can contact them and ask them whether they need help to get online, I'm perfectly willing to try and talk them into it. We do need to get in touch with everybody so we can engage. I love these sessions, and I think everybody gets something out of it.
Oh, it's fantastic. Thanks, George.
We do need to expand it. And I think it's only because some people are nervous or whatever. They don't have to be. We can all help to do it, and we can expand this meeting. So if you know anybody, contact them, talk to them, say, hey, what's stopping you from getting on?
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yep.
Yeah. I noticed, George, on your email circulating the link, that you cover quite a number of people who just don't try.
22 of them, I think.
Yes, yes. So do any of them get back to you, George, and say, no, they can't?
No, they don't. I just send it out to probably 25 to 30 people that I know who can.
Yes.
The only people that literally are this group I see here who get back to me and say, yes, I'm going to RSVP. And it's a shame because, you know, there's some beautiful people who I'd love to hear from.
David might have had
an example. Troy. Now, Michael is obviously able to do it, but he just doesn't do it. You know, there's a lot of people that can do it, but I don't know why they won't.
Yeah. That's why you're part of a group like this, isn't it? To keep in touch with people.
It's not on tonight.
Ted?
No, Ted's got power problems.
You see Ruth Lennon?
Yeah, Geraldine's got power problems. So what's the theme next time? Who wants to put up their hand for a theme idea?
Putting the chicken back together again.
You have to be bloody joking.
The only thing that I could think of, George, would be like a decade. Choose a decade, and people sort of, from the shoulders up, get dressed as that decade.
Yes, and
That
say
sounds good.
about that decade. Yeah.
Get dressed
But,
in
but you need to be able to say something about what you were doing in that decade. You know, like you were saying, you know, this happened in that decade. Where were you? What were you doing? Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Why don't we pick? What were you doing on the night of the culinary? Sorry, on the Olympic night.
Which one?
Which one?
Of the Olympics.
Sorry.
The 2000 Olympics.
Yeah, the 2000. What were you doing on the night Kathy Freeman won the gold?
Ah,
Yeah, watching her.
Well, tonight
Well,
I'm
your
going
turn,
to
David.
Couldn't be France.
George, it couldn't be tonight.
Tour de France.
No.
Yes, Tour de
But we didn't hear you.
Oh, Tour de France.
Oh, Tour de France.
That's on tonight.
Yeah,
What about?
How about?
What about the night the day they landed on the moon? That's a lot.
now that's a good one.
How many of you can remember what you were doing then?
And also what you were wearing.
And we were watching it on the black and white TV.
And what you were wearing, because that's going back to the 60s.
Well, that's the 60s. Yeah.
69.
Everybody happy with that?
Married.
Who's happy with that? Nod your head.
Sorry.
Yes. I don't know how many people are nodding.
69.
On the night that they landed on the moon.
Or the day. It was during the day, wasn't it?
July.
Well, whatever.
July.
When they landed on the moon.
July the 20th.
Yes.
I was nursing my 6-year-old daughter.
No, you weren't. You were
A 6-month-old daughter, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was
in the lounge room at Surrey Road in Blackburn.
We had 4 children by then.
You worked fast, Brenda.
We were very fast.
David, you
go on it. What were you going to say?
Bill.
Bill.
Are we allowed to tell lies? Because I'm buggered if I can remember what I was doing that day.
Well, I know. But I can remember that 1969 was taken up with our son, who had had some health problems, and 1969 for Brenda and I was rather a busy year. But I can remember coming home and watching the moon landing, and before that was the team that went over and they went around the moon. They didn't land, but they photographed everything. I can remember that on television. But yeah, that's what happened to us.
Right.
We're all giving the game away. We'll have nothing to talk about next week if we all talk tonight. So
Don't have to say what you were doing.
Lie to
Smell the chicken.
4 minutes. So we'll with you. We'll catch you later.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Bye to everybody. Take care.
Yeah, I think we'll all go.
On the night of the moon landing is the next thing.
Yeah.
Which will be in 2 weeks' time.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
George, thank you. Thank you for today.
Thanks, George.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Chicken for tea.